Blessed hearts, burning with the fire of love for the Savior, be not dismayed that I am come in this age to proclaim the second coming of the light, the true light of the Word. Be not dismayed that you find on earth a group of souls who give adoration to me in the way of the East and the West. I am the ever-present Mother, and I serve my beloved through many peoples and many planes of consciousness, of which you are not aware, nor could you be, for you have your own sphere of consciousness, and they have their own. But the Blessed Mother is everywhere, and I am the opening of the light to many evolutions. Rest your case, then, with God. For if this service be not of the light, then God has already judged it, and its days are numbered. But if it be of the light, then there is nothing that can stay the hand or the forward movement of the expansion. Thus the Lord has decreed my coming. I am bidden, and I am here. I would that you might be my instrument to expand love, to cherish the little children, but above all to secure souls on the path of salvation through the love of the Blessed Son, Jesus, as he is the example of the Christ, which all should become. My concern is with the lost sheep of the house of Israel, who have not known Messiah, but who have perpetually postponed his coming. For the indwelling Christ must also be resurrected in them. I am one who is a sphere of being. I come to challenge darkness. I come to reveal the way of the ascension and to dispel the error of doctrine that only one Son can ascend as Jesus did. I live in the Spirit of God, the Mother of all living. And as God has created infinite worlds and infinite offspring, so to each and every one he has provided the pathway of redemption through the intercession of the Logos personified, the real Christ self of every one. This is the teaching of universal love that is not confined to planets, or to dimensions, or to evolutions, nor can it be confined or stamped out by dogma contrived. We come, we of the ascended hosts, in an age of liberation to all. We come to restore the flame of Mother. We come with a teaching and with an energy, and we say with Kuan Yin, Pallas Athena, Nada, and the angelic hosts, behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord. Behold, I am the Shakti of the Lord. Did you know that in your soul you too can declare, man and woman, that your soul is the release of God's energy, and therefore You become God in action, the quintessence of the feminine principle. And by becoming that essence of light, you are the focal point for the redemption of the masculine ray. Some among womankind have blamed the masculine ray for their descent. Beloved ones, it is rather the descent of the feminine ray which preceded the descent of the masculine ray, and therefore the order of the ascent must be the ennoblement of woman, and then woman's ennoblement of every soul, and then the soul's recognition of the polarity of father and mother, and the return of grace. I come to tarry in your midst, to transfer a flame of my consciousness, especially to increase and intensify the burning of your heart's love for your own real self. I come for the dissolving of schism within the subconscious life of the individual, and the schism within the church, and the schism within the body of God upon earth. I come to heal division, not by an amalgamation of light and darkness, but by the eternal process of the serpent swallowing its tail, of light assimilating darkness, of light consuming darkness, of light seizing darkness and making it light. I am the circle of infinite fire. I march with the legions of Mercury. I march with the children of the sun. I am with you, blessed ones, and I desire, with a deep desiring and ever-increasing devotion, to my immaculate heart and the immaculate heart of Jesus. And the greatest devotion you can give is to see our heart become your heart, and your heart become God's heart. Blessed ones, each time you see the painting of the Immaculate Heart, immediately transfer our Christ self to your own. We stand as the example, not as the exception, and I shake the very timbers of church and state to bring sense and sensitivity to this earth, sensitivity to the Christ within your own temple, sensitivity to the law, and an awareness that is the fear of the Lord, the beginning of the wisdom, the fear of the oncoming cataclysm of descending karma that will surely come to every doorstep ere the age shall pass, unless there is swift return by redemption to the flaming heart of the Immaculate One. I am Mary. I converse with cosmic councils of ascended ones. I converse with the saints and with the Lord. And the hosts of heaven are gathering for the year of 1978, and for the great gathering into the harvest of the Lord, of the children of the One, children of the Son. I charge you then to invoke the sacred fire, the circle of blue flame, to bind those forces of darkness that would put down the mother's teaching of the new age, the teaching that will reveal the seed of the liar within the midst, the very midst of the congregation of the righteous, that will expose the impostors of the Holy Spirit and the wolves in sheep's clothing. I come then with the sword of truth. I come to give each of you an increment of my own self-awareness as the handmaid of the Lord, that you might receive the seed of the Holy Spirit and experience the birth of the Christ within you. This is my initiation unto you, that I stand in your very midst, the full concentration of my eternal light body, that I give this body unto you to assimilate and to become. Blessed ones, we of the heavenly hosts are weary of that adulation that denies the God within the self and gives an idolatrous worship to our own self. Beloved ones, this form of religion does not contribute one iota of light to the universe, but only perpetuates the darkness of sin and the sense of sin, that the children of God are denied the assimilation of the blessed Son, the blessed Father, Spirit, and Mother Flame. O beloved hearts, how heaven rejoices that finally thousands upon earth come into the alignment with God's will and have the courage to accept the opportunity for the divinity to burst forth as the lily of the resurrection within. You can scarcely imagine how great is the increase of light within your temple when you follow the true mystical pathway of the saints, who each and every one who were really saints knew that they were the instrument of Christ, and they were ordained also to be Christ as offspring of the Most High. They claimed their joint heirship and therefore ascended at the conclusion of their life. Most beloved ones, it is the hour of the ennobling of a race, and it is the hour of the striking of the bell, that the majority of light-bearers might hear the voice of the Lord, hear the sounding of the soundless word, look up, behold the hosts of heaven, and live in this age to proclaim the King of Kings as Lord of Lords within the temple. If we of the ascended hosts could transfer this consciousness to 10,000 additional souls in this hour of the year's turning, we could offer a dispensation of light extraordinary in dimension. I pray then that you will pray, that God will send his angels and give that instantaneous awareness in the twinkling of an eye, whereby the rapture is experienced as soul by soul. The lights of God are caught up into the higher consciousness. Blessed ones, that which God can do upon earth is entirely dependent upon man's concept of God, woman's concept of God, and man and woman's understanding of the reverence of the Holy Child within themselves and within their offspring. When these relationships are established as coordinates of life, and the sacredness is not violated, you will see a new wave of opportunity coming once again upon earth. But my beloved, all of life is limited by their self-limiting concepts of the deity. Until a correct understanding of the I am that I am be made known across the land, governments will fall, economies will crumble, churches will come to ruin, darkness will cover the land, famine will be present, and souls will be lost. Thus, there never has been and there never will be a greater urgency for those who truly love the flame than to convey the living life of the allness of the flame. The allness of the flame, blessed hearts. If God be all in all, there is no religious strife, no religious wars, no killing of brother by brother under the contrived apparatus and mechanization of the fallen ones. I send my legions, I send my light bearers, and Raphael, my beloved, sends legions of healing angels. We have determined upon a plan of action for those who will follow in our quarter at Summit University, who will come for the science of the ray of the Mother, to put upon themselves the garment of the Archangel and Archaea of the fifth ray. To those who will follow the light in the New Jerusalem, I say, gather in the ashram of the World Mother, now as the extension of the retreat of Lake Titicaca in the Andes. For it was to Lake Titicaca that I journeyed at inner levels, to study diligently the law of the incarnation of the Christ, that I might take embodiment and hold for him the immaculate vision of perfect mind and soul and heart and body temple. It is the vision of the Mother for all the evolutions of earth that will bring in the new day. Your Mother's vision is sealed now in your third eye, as I vow to you once again my life. Thus I take from my sacred heart unto the sacred word and to the eye of God that spiral of initiation that I desired with a deep desiring of my heart to transfer to all who would tarry with me through the midnight hour unto the day's appearing of New Year's Eve. Thus, the last day of the year has come, and this 24-hour cycle I inaugurate as the final opportunity for you to put to the flame all misuses, all error, not only of this year, but of this century, this 1,000-year cycle, this 10,000 years. Beloved ones, those who know the law of cycles know that at the conclusion of each year, for a single day, December 31st, there is an opening in the book of life and in the sacred heart of the avatars for a tremendous transmutation of past karma. Therefore this day I commend you to the keeping of Saint Germain, to the invocation of the violet flame and the dispensations of the lords of karma, not only for yourselves but for those who know not the law of scientific prayer and of the command uttered in the name of my Son, your Son, the Son behind the Sun. Blessed ones, let us know in our scientific meditation that God will be the resolver and the dissolver of components of self which heretofore have not yielded to the great mercy flame of the law. Behold the will of God and the blue ray of power, how it sends now to the ground those monoliths of human pride and ambition erected within the subconscious world. Behold the descent of wisdom that dissolves and consumes ignorance on contact. Behold the sacred fire of the Mother that challenges every form of black magic as hatred and the lie of death. Behold how the shower of cosmic energy within you gives to you release and surcease from every form of error that is always illusion and confusion and yet remains real as long as you endow it by your attention with the energy flow of God. Therefore, as long as you have vested desire or vested attention in some part of life that is unreal, you are wedded to unreality, and as such, you have declared that unreality real. I say, undo the coils, unwind the spirals, and let your New Year celebration be for a victory of the ages. I commend you to the keeping of your guardian angel, and as you leave your temples this night and your souls enter etheric retreats, simply utter a prayer that your Christ self and your angels will keep the hours of the vigil of invocation to the violet flame, and you will be welcome at the Royal Teton Retreat, where thousands of souls have gathered to invoke the violet flame for America, for each nation, and to enhance the light of Saint Germain as he has anchored the freedom fire in every capital. Beloved ones, the amphitheater that is above the Royal Teton Retreat is waiting for your presence and your momentum. Far more among mankind know of the violet flame at inner levels than those who are aware outside the temples. And though the mother of the flame and her editors have many assignments, I must add another. And that one is a book simply on the violet flame. Its joys, its glories, its efficacy as the instrument of the Holy Spirit, its power to transmute, its wisdom, its love. O blessed hearts, sing the song of the violet flame. It is your joy, your freedom, your eternality expressed in the very marrow of your bones that sing. As the atoms sing, the electrons sing. O violet flame, come violet flame, now blaze and blaze and blaze. O violet flame, come violet flame to raise and raise and raise. O violet flame, come violet flame to blaze and blaze and blaze. O violet flame, come violet flame to raise and raise and raise. Beloved ones, did you notice that the blessed elementals brought rain on Christmas Day? And did you know, blessed hearts, that the opening of the blessed showers comes because on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so many people are gathered in the churches to give acknowledgement of the incarnation of the Word and to sing the Christmas carols whereby the angelic hosts of the Christ Mass descend. A 24-hour cycle of prayer and the heavens of God open. Is it not strange to you that those who are so scientific on earth do not make this association? And that after all of the conferences of rain and the attempt to manipulate the weather and the worry and the concern, that some did not get together and say, let us have a national day of prayer for rain. Beloved ones, do you think that they feared to be thought superstitious, entering into the age of primitive man when he performed his rain dance? I think that many are too superstitious. As Paul on Mars Hill declared to the Athenians, ye men of Athens, I perceive that in all things ye are too superstitious, worshipping the unknown God. Blessed hearts, can we not instill this year in the representatives of the people by mailings of letters and suggestions, prayer for many purposes? If prayer can bring rain, can it not bring peace? Can it not resolve the questions of the Middle East? Can it not solve the problem of the economy, the gold standard, the supply, the demand, the separation of segments of society? Can we not have a week's meditation, a setting aside of a single week for the ecology of the earth, for the balancing of the planes of matter, for the unburdening of elemental life who carry the crucifixion in this hour, bearing in fire, air, water, and earth the tremendous load of impurity, of noxious substance, of chemicals? O blessed hearts, and can we not have even a single 24-hour prayer vigil for the elimination of crime, murder, incest, rape? Blessed hearts, why do the people of the churches not unite? Why cannot Jew and Christian and Muslim come together? And why, when we give our teachings as we have this evening, do some come and stand in our midst with such utter condemnation, sitting in the seat of the scornful, instead of realizing that it is unity that gives strength to the body of God, and that if there be a factor of unification through the great synthesis of the mother flame, ought it not to be praised rather than blamed? Precious hearts, I have stood as the essence of mother in this nation, now several centuries since her founding, and I have stood in every land to answer the calls of those who fear not to say my name. Yet comparatively speaking, until the coming of blessed Joseph, your own dear Saint Germain, with a gift of the violet flame, very little progress in the ecumenical movements on earth had been made. But if you will notice, since the 1930s, when some among mankind began to experiment with the alchemy of the violet flame, there has been a tremendous upsurge of unity, of mutual understanding, of interest in the cultures of the East, of exchange of individuals and religious leaders East and West. But always there are the diehards who are stuck in the mud of their doctrine, who cannot get out, who will not get out. Beloved ones, did you ever go into the barnyard and try to pull the little piglets out of the mud? And they will not come and they will not budge until finally they pull you into the mud. Beloved hearts, how long shall we endure? How long shall the children of God be subjugated to the doctrinaire forms that leave no room for Christ to enter? Beloved ones, we have sent our representatives on earth into the churches that proclaim him. But our representatives could enter no farther than the back door. And do you know why? Because of the scorn and the prejudice of the members. And because in their scorn for one another, they opened themselves wide open to the demons of schism, and therefore present right in the very midst of the congregation, the demons of pride. Only our sect will enter heaven. Only we have the ultimate truth. When those who call themselves Christians proclaim thusly, they must know that they open the doors of the temple not to the eternal Christ, but to the impostors who dwell at astral planes in the person of Antichrist. Blessed ones, yet with all of this, their hearts desire sincerely to have the way, the truth, and the life. But in their fear, their great fear of darkness, they cling to a rigidity that is beyond all reason, and that rigidity and that brittleness makes for the infestation of the mind by these demons of fanaticism. Blessed hearts, I pray that you will pray for the body of God, and that you will see that the key to its healing is the violet flame of Saint Germain. Some of you serve so diligently in wielding the sword of Archangel Michael and beloved Estrella that sometimes you end your service just short of the fullness of the violet flame that could be given for that running over of the cup of life, that inundating of the earth with the all-transmuting power of Saint Germain. And so remember that the softening of consciousness and the kneading of the dough comes through the alchemy of Joseph. Joseph, my beloved, who lives to rule as the father of the church and as the sponsor of each and every one who will uphold the pillars in the temple of truth. I am Mary. My gift to you is the flame of concentration. Concentration is a brilliant emerald ray. See now how it is intensified through my third eye, through the third eye of the Mother. Some of you who have inner sight will see that concentrated energy. Some of you will feel it as a tingling in your own third eye. Some of you will know with an inner knowing its presence. I transfer this energy to you because it is, of all gifts, one of the greatest. For with concentration, you can complete any task, perform any prayer or ritual, succeed in any meditation, be a scientist, a musician, an artist, and above all, a servant of the light. Concentration is the key to the passing of your initiations and to the completion of each cycle you begin. By concentration, you become Alpha and Omega. By the concentrated meditation on the eye of God, you become God. For over the pathway of your concentration, all life will flow to you. Cherish this gift and watch how you are able to extend the stilling of the mind as on the path of the Buddha. The concentration of mind's energy for God mastery and for the sustainment of the healing currents within your garment and your chakras. By concentration, you are filled with light as God pours His energy through you to you over the shaft of concentration you send to Him. Allowing your attention not to be removed from the vision of the celestial city descending, you will see how the new Jerusalem will manifest in your heart, in your city, in your country, and God will be, through your concentrated devotion, the all in all to all life. I am not only your mother, but your very personal friend. I ask you to take my hand, to take me to your home, to accept me as your friend, not as a remote deity, an icon, or an object of irreverence, but simply as the handmaid of the Lord. Whose Lord? Your Lord. I am the servant of the Lord who lives within you. I am one with whom you can be comfortable. I will sit at your kitchen table and have a cup of tea with you. I will receive whatever offering of food that you prepare, for all is sanctified by love. I will receive whatever is precious to you and take it to my heart and give it back to you with the full consecration of my love. I will help you in your daily tasks. Ask me for assistance in your problems, how to do this or that, and I will apply all that I have in my causal body of the understanding of science, technology, order, organization, administration, the managing of your household accounts, your supply, what you need for the elevation of your temple as healing methods. Beloved ones, I am truly the practical woman of the household, and I come to show you the way of the care of little children. Now won't you take me to your heart and talk to me? For so often I would befriend, but I am neglected, and I feel that you do not want me in your house. And so I leave and go down the street, and I play with the little children, and they are always very happy to have me come, for they know me one and all, for I have been their sponsor at the hour of birth. And so the little tiny ones jump with glee as I come, and they laugh when I swing with them, and when they see me on the seesaw with them, balancing 3 or 5. Beloved ones, they poke fun at me in my garments, jumping rope, and doing all sorts of games with them. Do you know how few adults do play with children in the true spirit of childhood and innocence? Oh, beloved ones, I am your friend, and the friend of every head of state, every member of Congress, and those who are seized with their self-importance. Beloved ones, I have the solution to many problems. If someone would but ask, I would tell them. Perhaps you should ask for your president, for his cabinet, and all the rest. For so many of your representatives have been divested of the intercession of the Virgin Mother because their religion does not partake of the motherhood of God. And many truly beloved ones are in despair, knowing not how the problems of this nation will be resolved. And the more problems that come, the more problems are used as solutions to problems. And as you well know, one problem will not solve another. Another error will not eliminate a former error. More taxation does not resolve previous taxation. And thus the system, the social security system, is deeper and deeper in debt. The national debt grows greater. Money becomes worth less and less. The sacred labor is less sacred. And people wonder, why am I born and why do I live? Beloved ones, I am very much the woman of the hour, and I desire to teach you how to be the man and the woman of the 20th century who will release the energies of God for the resolution of every area of life. Now let us see how many of you will have a more real appreciation of my service and a sense that I am truly one like you, very much like you in my evolution. And so let us see how this sense of comfortability with one member of the heavenly host will be the introduction for you of all types of ascended masters of East and West, whether they come with a face of Tibet or China or India or Africa or of America. May you be blessed with the understanding that all of the hosts of light are your friends, that the saints of every religion are the friend of the worshippers of God in every faith. This is my desire, and I say, let the barriers go down. I raise my right hand, and I say, let the barriers go down. Will you not say it with me? Let the barriers go down. Let the barriers go down. Let the barriers go down. So I am in the white fire core of the mountain of God's being. I am in the holy of holies of thy blessed self. Adieu.